Welcome back. The current arrangement between the Bank of the South Pacific, Post Fiji and government is for Post Fiji to act as a withdrawal and deposit agent for the bank to the outer islands. Following the Prime Minister's visit to the Lau Group, there were complaints about money limits on some services offered by BSP and Post Fiji. According to Post Fiji Chief Executive Joape Kuanikoro, the limits were in place for two fundamental control reasons, where in the past there have been a few fraud cases with officers delving into the money and, more importantly, the cost and risk of cash being held at the post offices in the remote areas.
This is a very old arrangement and started when BSP was the National Bank for Fiji. The government wanted to be sure that the people would still be able to bank through passbooks when electronic banking was introduced into the country. These limits were in place for two fundamental control reasons. First, the respective bank officers and the banks needed to be sure that at any time the amounts on the passbook and on the bank ledgers were the same. Taking into account that these were manual transactions with withdrawal and deposit slips, and the bank needed to cite this. And because of transport problems, there were delays in sending these slips to the banks in Suva. So a maximum amount of withdrawal ensured that any imbalance through fraud or timing or other reasons were minimized. I said fraud. There had been cases where people would try to change the amount on the passbook. So that was one of the reasons.
Post Fiji is an active participant in the microfinance initiatives that are driven by government through the Reserve Bank of Fiji to reach those that are financially unreachable. Mr. Kuanikoro said the good news for those living in the outer islands where post offices are located is they are in discussions with financial institutions and mobile network operators to allow easier means of money transfers.
Our own TMO product has been automated, which in post office where you get power and connectivity of internet. This will eliminate at least one of the reasons I talked about why we have placed limits in the amount of withdrawal. I did mention that Post Fiji is looking at powering and offering internet connectivity to as many post offices as possible in the next 12 to 18 months.
Mr. Kuanikoro said the Lau Group offers a very challenging situation for Post Fiji Limited in terms of power connectivity, but they hope that they will find solutions for the island soon.
The Small Claims Tribunal will hold its first meeting at the Sigatoka Magistrates Court this Friday. The aim is for claims originally filed at the SCT in Suva and Lautoka to be heard at locations closer to where the claimants and the respondents actually reside. Now the people of Sigatoka don't have to travel far to hear their claims, and this will give them the opportunity to save traveling costs and time. This development aims to give more effect the objectives for which the tribunal was initially established in 1996. The principal objectives are that the tribunal will provide a speedy remedy in money disputes. It is inexpensive and is easily accessible to the public. Meanwhile, the Suva SCT serves the Central Eastern Division, which includes the Lau and Lamaiviti groups, as well as Kandavu. The Lautoka SCT covers the Western Division from Raki to Sigatoka. Of the average 3,500 claims filed at the Suva registry each year, around 50% are from residents in the Nausori and Nasinu areas, while around 40% of the 2,800 or so claims filed at Lautoka are by those living in western districts outside of Lautoka. Similarly, hearings have been planned for Nausori, Nandi and Mba in the near future. Other magistrates' court centers may later offer the services of the SCT. The tribunal hears and determines claims on money owed in disputes up to a maximum of $5,000 per claim. And that's it from the news team. You can email us your comments to Fiji Focus TV at info fj.gov.fj. Until then, thank you for joining us. Good night.